Welcome back, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how to style ordered or unordered lists. So by default, when you declare UL, this means an ordered list. What basically that means is that do not use any format to number the items in that list. So let's start, for example, with ordered lists, which will use things like A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, the Romans numerals to label these list items. So if I go to the browser, let me just go to the browser, and now we seem to have the ordered list, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I can be able to specify different style type for this ordered list. So I can say UL, and I can say that, I want the list style type to be maybe decimal leading zero. That will mean that the ordered list here should have a decimal in the form of 01, 02, 03, and this should be OL, not UL. So if I go back here, we do a refresh. As you can see, now we have 01, 02, 03, 04. And then we have things like lower Roman, upper Roman. So for example, if I say I want the style type to be lower, not lower alpha, say lower Roman for now. If I go back, lower Roman, it will use, the Roman numerals, as you can see. And if I say upper Roman, that will just mean the capital letters for these Roman numerals. So if I go back here, as you can see, it's loading, and there we go. Then we have things like, even lower Greek are the things like alpha, beta, all those. So if I go back here, I do a refresh, you can be able to see now we have the then this now we have the Greek here. And then if I go back, if I say low alpha, those are just the normal alphabets. And in that case, it will mean, let me just go back. I think I've misspelled here. Lower alpha, like that. That will just mean the normal alphabet, as you can see. And I can go even further to say now upper alpha. That will mean capital letters of the normal alphabets. So if that do a refresh, we have that. So that is how you can be able to set the different, style type for ordered list. But now if I change this to an ordered list, so an ordered list doesn't use numbers or numerals, rather it uses circles and squares. So if by default I believe it is a circle, so if I delete this, if I go back here, as you can see, these are circles. But if I want to change this to maybe a square, I can say I want my unordered list to have a list style type of maybe square. All right. So if we go back, do a refresh, as you can see, these are now squares. And I can also, of course, revert back this to circle like that. If I go back, this will be circle. And then something else, I think there is a list style position, if I'm not wrong. List style position, yeah. So if I say inside, what that will mean, it will give some padding, or let me say some margin on the left, so that this list item move on the inside. So if I go back here, all right, let me do a refresh here. I think it's already applied. So as you can see, we have the list item inside. So just observe, if I go back and say maybe something like side, if I go back here, all right. As you can see, let me just do this. I don't know if you can be able to see, it has moved on the outer edge on the left. So if I go back again, if I change this to inside, if I go back, just observe the change here. As you can see, now it moves inside. If I go back, I say outside, it moves on the outside. Side, Go back here, do a refresh. As you can see, it moves on the outside. So those are some of the CSS styling you can be able to apply on UL or OL and your list items. And with that, guys, we are well prepared now to build our navigation bar and to play around with things like media queries. Let me see you in the next lesson.